Guys, to another episode. Not another episode, another new series that is coming out in April. Maybe. I might start end of April, might start and I haven't even filmed all the other ones. I just want to do this one because I was rewatching One Piece on a recap to understand what was going on. Because I don't remember everything. I've watched like 200 episodes of 1,000 episodes. So my opinion on One Piece in general. So before, I have never watched any One Piece episodes before the live action One Piece. What got me into One Piece was the live action One Piece. That's what got me into it. That's what my brother kept talking about, future arcs and all the stuff that was going on after all along, because that's what happens after the anime. Because the anime concludes after before Long Town. Season 2 is coming out in March. This will come out in after March. Great release day. I wish I started in March. That would be a good date. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, schedule's in. I want to do something else. That's what that was. I don't know what I'm showing, but we'll figure it out. So that's my opinion on One Piece. After that, months after that, like a year probably, I started watching the One Piece anime. Went from Long Town to from release date. Hopefully, I have catched up to One Piece on Long Town. Egghead Island. So that'll be where we get up to, and then I will break. That will be a break point. I'll take a break, and then until I'll do a review on Alabasta, the giant island. I have no idea what its name was. So that's the plan for what's to come this year and maybe next year. We'll see. I don't know. I have a plan in my head. So, One Piece begin. East Blue Saga begin. So I don't remember every East Blue Saga name is in my head, so don't think I will. The beginning of this arc begins with our main character, Luffy, years ago. I'm beginning not in like the actual beginning, but I'm beginning where the manga begins. Luffy's backstory arc. So we begin with Luffy being friends with this guy called Shanks. That I haven't. Well, I've only seen short things because I haven't even finished the One Piece anime at this point in the timeline. By the time I have. So it begins with Shanks and Luffy being friends, all the stuff. And then they meet this captain that I think reappears again. I don't remember him in one scene in the anime. So they're breaking a glass at Shanks' face because there is no alcohol. So the scene with the entire thing between Luffy and him. Luffy hit Shanks being like, oh, here's another alcohol. Just breaks the alcohol. It's like all they do is just laugh at him and say, we don't have to worry about it. That comes a feature playing in Skyline Returns. It's a joke on not trying to face someone that's weaker than you. There's no point fighting. There's not always a way to fight. Great. But Luffy's angry at him, thinks he's a coward for not fighting back. So that happens. Luffy tries to walk out. Shanks tries to grab his arm, but he ate a devil fruit, the gum devil fruit. Yeah, that'll be something more in the future when I get to that point. That name has to be revealed as something else, but I haven't got to that point yet. So, what is it? Maybe next year we'll know about it. Probably. Don't know when I'm filming the episode. When I'm filming this one, I'll be filming this one. Yeah. So. Then he gets the gum going through. Now he can do his entire. At this point, he can use his arm he can use it as rubber. He's made out of rubber. He's the Rubber Man. So that happens. Everything happens to him. And then after Shanks has left, Luffy's still angry at him. Then the guy comes back. Luffy gets captured by him because Luffy tries to fight him, but he is too strong against a child Luffy. Yeah, that makes sense. So then Shanks finds about it. Then Shanks goes to him and tries to fight him and shows their crew is so loyal to him. Shows them how meeting members that you'll meet up later and you'll learn about what member is part of Luffy's crew, father of Luffy's crew. That happens in one of the arcs. So yeah, that happens. He escapes from Oxytron, goes to him, throws him in the sea. Get the first sea monster reveal. Shows the first sea monster. Kills that guy. Shanks tries to kill Luffy. then gets bit. Luke Shanks saves him, but his arm gets bitten off. And then it cuts to a week or probably later. Can't remember in my head. Remembers a hit of him leaving and Luke saying, I don't want to join your crew. I'll make my own crew and it'll be stronger than yours. So that happens, and Shanks gives him the famous Luffy hat, the hat that from Shanks. The hat is so important to Luffy. And then Shanks leaves, and then then it cuts to years later. There's a lot of things happen before that, but we're not getting into that stuff. That happens after the war. So, well, that's a long way before we get to that episode. We're going to explain that stuff. That's in post war. That might cause a video. We'll see. So next, we're being Luffy going off the island to go become the king of the pirates. He says it so many times in the series at this point. I think he stopped saying it after that. He doesn't say it like he says it now. You know what, he says that a lot. Yeah, he does that a lot. So it gets put by a woman. He's like, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I've got no direction. I go to the Grand Line. So that happens between him and at one point it goes into a thing, and then cut to a marine thing getting attacked by pirates. The Byra pirates, whatever that lady was called, named. Don't remember her name. She's not that important, even now. Yeah, so she gets attacked. You meet a new character, very important later and now. But it doesn't get very important even later now. So yeah, that happens. Kobe! The character that wants to be a marine. He is so frightened that he was captured because he was trying to do fishing, but he got captured by him bringing the ship down. He's been doing jobs for him. So do you see how it's tortured? Then Luffy's thing gets thrown down a thing. They try to open it. Luffy smashes through, wakes up and smashes through the thing and says, "Whoa! I'm hungry," and then knocks out the other two. And Kobe and Luffy just talk about pirates. Why do you want to be a pirate? It's the coolest thing ever. All what happens between Luffy and him, and then them two try to get out the ship before they can. She comes in. Luffy's like, "You're a weird lady." And Luffy escapes. Then Luffy is trying. You get the first scene of Luffy actually using his powers. Gun, booster, or whatever. That's really cool, that machine. And then Luffy goes to Kodo, go to skip. And he learns what. Then that's a really short scene, whereas they're like one episode. So that's 2 episodes of called. Then we come to Luffy escaping. Then him wanting to go to Orange Town. We're still in the same arc because they're two of the same arc. Cuts them to going to town to get Doro Zoro, the pirate hunter. And it's like, why do you want a pirate hunter in your crew? He's cool. Or whatever Luffy wanted that before. Can't remember now. So yes, Luffy goes saying, message town. You find out that Zoro's only in prison because this rich guy that did beat up people because he messed with his animals that was just eating food. And Zoro did the burn and sacrificed himself to now he's still gonna think for a few days. Now that he's revealed that he'll execute him on the day that he said he'll let him go. That's very fun with these Marines. Marines are very evil. This is the first Marine we met. And we heard about this Axe Morgan. Luffy goes to him, tries to get out. He's like, I won't do it. You got no proof that he'd do it. So I'll go and get your swords. Then he meets this guy and then learns the truth. Why is there 3 swords in one person? Why does he need 3 swords? That's all he does in this series. So he goes 3 swords. The kid tries to help him get out, and like he's gonna kill you. Oh yeah, I forgot Nami's in the first episode. Whoops. Nami was in the ship when it stole things. Yeah. That's important. That's the most important thing that happens there. Nami's importance in this arc is not important until later. Next arc. But finds about that. That's all important. Finds about that Bugsy's stolen. So that could was anywhere else. So Zoro then gets Zoro out. Zoro gonna shoot Zoro and the kid out, and Luffy jumps in front of Luffy, goes on for it, boom, shoots all the bullets at them, and then you get Axe Morgan. That's where the guy getting hit. Luffy and Zoro versus Axe Morgan. Axe Morgan. Luffy's kid gets captured by the guy, and Luffy punches the guy. And Zoro stops Axe Morgan, joining Luffy's crew. So that's that. So then we get to now, and everyone's celebrating like, look, we'll let Cody in the ship. We'll let Cody join the Marines if you go, but sadly we have to go. But I won't tell the base. And then Luffy and Zoro leave, and now they're going somewhere. Yeah, they're going to the Grand Line or whatever they were doing at that point. So then Nami at that time. What is the timeline? Nami is. We need that point. We don't want to get to that point. Yeah. So then Nami meets 3 other pirates from the Bugsy Pirates. Then the Bugsy Pirates attack, thinking that she's a weak pirate. Then Nami steals the ship. Nami steals their ship, and with the money, and they just let them go. Bye bye, and their ship gets sank. And then we cut to Luffy and Zoro. Luffy and Zoro just tour about ships like, where do we need to go? And then a big bird appears and grabs Luffy and takes him away. Yeah, he's like, Zoro's like, and then meets the other 3 we met before, and then then they try to fight Zoro, but Zoro just beats them up. And then they go off to Bugsy's Islands. So yes, Luffy right now. Then it comes to Nami over Nami going to Bugsy, trying to trade money, then steals them, reveal a Buggy, the most hilarious character in this fucking series. He is so funny. Apparently right now he's not at this point, but like when I'm in, he's Emperor C of a mistake. Ben says. Okay. That makes no sense. But okay. We'll find out later, apparently. So that happens. Then she's all around. Luffy drops in and saves her, and then Luffy and them have a conversation. Nami hates pirates. We'll find out about that later down the line. We'll find out about that a lot later, because it's a part of the story from the final video we're doing, the final arc we're doing. So Nami betrays Luffy because she hates pirates, and she always gets away with something that she wants. She'll betray somebody just because she wants it. She doesn't want to get killed. So that happens. Nami rings Luffy to Bugsy. They have a tight conversation, and then he shows that Bugsy wants Nami to kill him for. Show that she wants to join his crew. So then he brings out the Bugsy bomb that can blow up 3 buildings in one blast. That never comes back. Sadly, that would be the cool weapon if Bugsy was a regular villain. Yeah, Bugsy is a. And then they go off to try. Nami denies, and they start trying to blow Luffy up. At this point, Luffy's in a chain, so no way out. So they try to blow up, but Nami stops it, and then Zoro comes in. Zoro stops in. Zoro and Bugsy fight. Bugsy reveals that he has the chop fruit. That he can chop himself into any pieces and use his power. That's his devil fruit. Very cool devil fruit. Not as cool as anything else happens like in the rest of the anime, but you know. So Luffy and fight. Zoro gets stabbed right in the chest because it's a Bugsy's using his arms. That's a cool devil fruit. That's a really cool devil fruit. And then Bugsy and Luffy fight. Zoro fights him, and Zoro wins. Bugsy gets defeated. Then they go to a pet shop. Pet shop means a dog that owner died years ago. Owned the shop, but owned the dog and the pet shop. But it's supposed to be the whole point of this arc is supposed to be a joke that Luffy has the hat that will work it in treasure. Nami doesn't understand that because all she thinks is money is treasure. But the entire point is that some things are more than treasure. Like the shop is more important to him than money, than a house. So yeah, that's probably the hat is more important to Luffy than anything. I like that titling, like an arc that goes on is like an arc that it makes sense. Treasure is much more important than treasure. That's how I put this arc. So that continues. Then Bugsy sends a big line with the guy. Luffy, the dog eats the key. They're a very hilarious scene in the anime. Very funny. I wish it could do return to live action, but you know, live action sucks. No, live action does suck. Have we done a review of the live action yet? Probably have. But I know probably done a review on it in March. Yeah. So yeah, that continues. So yeah, I'm forgetting things because I'm releasing this like a lot earlier, so my brain is remember what we've done and what we have done. So yeah. Next, what's my next in my head? Oh yes, we are. So after that, the blah 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 blah. The mayor tries to fight Bugsy. Luffy and Zoro and Nami decide to defeat Bugsy. In a 1v1, they try to fight. They start with Bugsy. Zoro's crew versus Luffy's crew versus Bugsy's crew. We get the Beast Tamer. Bugsy shot a bomb, but Luffy shot it back and busted it, and now the Beast Tamer's there. You get the guy with the spinning thing he walks around with. Fights Zoro in 1v1. He uses tricks to beat Zoro, to hurt Zoro a lot. Zoro wins using tension techniques. Cool techniques, and then Zoro beats him. Between that and Luffy fighting Bugsy. Luffy and Bugsy are fighting for a while, and then Bugsy is winning until Luffy splits him. When he uses his entire move to split his entire body into pieces, everything is pieces, and attacks Luffy. And then Time has got the map and treasure. And then when Bugsy tries to summon, when he's out, he's like literally standing like his coat, and his face is the only thing left. He's just standing like. Then he tries to summon his parts back, but then Nami steals them all, and he's always got his legs and head. And then Luffy grabs them, and it sends it flying through the air, defeats Bugsy. Everyone wins. Yay! Luffy defeated Bugsy. They got the treasure, and then the people from the team that actually was on the outside of the town find them and like, you're the only pirate here who is you, and then stop running away. And then funny Luffy just leaves the treasure there. They're like, why did you leave the treasure? That was my treasure. It's for the rebuild the town. So they start leaving when I'm being annoyed at Luffy. So yeah, that continues then they're like, we need a pirate ship. So now they're gonna go to some town I don't remember the name of. I'm gonna call this the Black Cat arc, because I don't remember the arc. So we're calling it the Black Cat arc, because it's very important to the saga, and I don't remember names. That's what I remember me. I don't remember certain names. So that's where we continue on to that. So it's over Luffy they're going to meeting Usopp, the liar that it tells you the hotline where for years he's been lying about pirates are coming, and now the town all know that he's lying, that he's a pirate. That becomes plot line later. That's what ruins it. And he tries to make Luffy and them leave. Because he finds out meet these three kids that tell him about Luffy, and they try to cut Usopp tries to get him out of town. But it's so funny when the scene of them where she's trying to go to town, but you're like, Dad's not working. And then Usopp and them talk about Usopp. Luffy remembers a guy that is Usopp's father. That I haven't met yet again. So what's that's probably an egg arc, I don't know. I think it is. My brain is very bad with reading the names. So yeah, that's happened. So we saw them meet. They go to Kaya. You meet Kaya, the rich one. That's a very nice person. No richer with the rich people we've seen these entire thing time. So yeah, then the entire thing between Usopp and telling her stories about being a pirate, his stories about him taking down sea monsters and all this. That becomes a very consistent plotline in this fucking series. Very consistent. Then they made his butler, the black no spoilers. He's the black cat lead. He's part of the cat pirates. So yeah, that's how I think between him and kicking him off and hating the pirates. And Luffy punched, and then Usopp punches him because he hates him a lot. He really deserves it later. So find out that Kaya is sick. And then they try to ask for a ship, but he denies, and then they're sort of down thing. And then Usopp and Luffy talk for a while, talk about his father and all that stuff, how cool his father is. And then they find out that you meet this guy that is a very weird guy that does the moonwalk. Did the moonwalk exist then? Can't remember. I wasn't born then. But I know the moonwalk exists now, but I don't remember if it exists then. So yeah, that was a very important thing apparently, because he does it a lot. Has a entire conversation really he has Black Cat's fight and his plan to kill Kai and then get his riches. Get her riches. That's what he's been doing here for. Really, he is one of the he was executed, but it was a fake one. Jesus Christ, this guy is smart. Yeah, he's a pirate of the Black Pirates. Very bad man. And they find him out. Then Luffy falls off the mind control. Luffy falls off the rock and hits the head, and then they escape. And think that no one will believe Usopp, even Usopp told him. Then Usopp runs out of town, runs into town, tries to tell pirates are coming, but they don't believe him because the last years he's been telling them that pirates are coming, but the pirates are not coming. So just him telling joke now is consequence of lying. Lying gets choked. No one believes him because he lied so much. So yeah. So now everything's been on. Now the pirates are coming to kill Kaya and the entire town. And he's like, I need your help. Don't worry. We will help you. The entire crew teams up to Usopp to stop the Black Cat Pirates. And Zeno then literally planning their first plan to stop them, so the entire thing and stop the Black Cat pirates coming to town. But then Usopp forgets there is 2 exits, and then they all go. The 3 goals. Zoro gets struck. Then Zoro and Nami make it to Usopp and Nami make it to the first exit, and the Black Cat pirates are dead. And Usopp and them 2 try to fight the Black Pirates, get a cool action between Nami and Usopp. Showing how weak and not Nami and Usopp are in this series. And then Zoro and Luffy arrive. Zoro and Luffy destroy the entire Black Cat Pirates until the guy makes them stronger, and then Zoro and Luffy accidentally mind controls Luffy, make him stronger. So that happens. And the entire thing was, and then the guy's losing, and then they sent out the 2 cats, the powerful members of the Black Cat Pirates, and then them two fight Zoro, but the mind control and Zoro losing, and then until then the Black Cat leader appears, and then shows off his knives there because he actually has cat knives. Yeah, that happens. That happens in this one. And it shows off his first technique is slashing through both cats, showing his speed, showing how powerful that no one could see him. So and then it comes into things now fight between Zoro versus Zoro's lost. Luffy finally wakes up, and then Luffy fight. Then you get a fight between the cat guy getting mind control to become stronger, and him versus Zoro, and Luffy versus Black Cat leader. And then they lose. So Luffy finally with speed. Luffy Black Cat Lee reveals that he doesn't want to be a pirate anymore. Wants to just kill everyone and get quick and rich. Very bad. He kills his own men. Wow. Well, this is not even the worst that we get in One Piece. So the Black Cat leader kills all the men. Luffy finally defeats him. Everyone wins. Yahoo! That is a repeat of this arc of One Piece in general. It's like a repeated thing. Luffy wins. Luffy beats this guy. Wins. Yay! Happy. So everyone wins. Kai gives them the boat called the Memory. The ship. The famous ship that will be used for a long time. So that's the ship they get ship. Remember from his staff member. So they get ship. Usopp joins the crew. Usopp joins the pirate crew, and then we get the famous scene of them getting the flag, the Straw Hats. Interesting. Names of the ships are really cool. Some of them are. Not that one. Not that one. Yeah. So next. Yeah. And then Luffy's trying out the characters, meets some of Zoro's friends. At this point, we get Zoro's backstory of him being a kid, meeting his childhood friend. That becomes a later plotline. Actually, hasn't become a later plotline, but you know, I thought it would, but didn't. We didn't become a later plotline, sadly. So you know, it's called the One Piece creator is as consistent as ever. Yeah, the kind of One Piece creator had a problem with consistency. Definitely later. Definitely later. Yeah. Yeah, One Piece creator had issues with storytelling. But you know, he's not worse than a bit, not as worse as a lot of people, but he has a problem. That happens. So and then they try to get help, and then they go to Bakugo for food to get a cook because they need health issues, because you know, but none of them know how to cook. Luffy doesn't know how to cook, Zoro knows how to cook, Nori doesn't know how to cook, Normie knows how to cook somehow, but they're not professional cookers. So they go to Bakugo. They actually blow a hole through the Bakugo accidentally, and now Luffy has to work there for a year. Great. He meets Sanji. I've gone blank with that name. Meets Sanji about trying to. Why are you doing my crew about me being my cook? He's like, no. Tells him about the East Blue. The thing that we haven't got to yet. But you know. Multiple things when we finally get to the East Blue. Tells him the army's going to get to that. Monga's going to get to that point. Or that, I don't remember. So yeah. Probably have. Or haven't. So we know. We're going to get to the East Blue point. And then the entire thing between him and his backstory between his... I really did really care about stuff that happens with, what's his name? Brothel. That guy, because the live action skipped him and the anime, I don't remember it all. So we're going to skip that point. Only skip the points that are important, not that part, because it's not important, it's just random shit. So, then a member of with the military thing, which shows Sanji's thing with food. He's not wasting food. He's a good cook. Yeah. So then if he never uses his feet, that will be revealed a lot later. A lot later. So between showing his kicks and showing his perfecting, and showing Luffy's failing at the kitchen. Very rarely. No, really, it's Luffy. What did you think would happen? So yeah, so Luffy has attention, and at one point out, member of that crew that we won't be told about because it doesn't matter. So that guy appears. He's staying up for him because he's a pirate. Doesn't know that Luffy is a pirate, but you know what the fuck. So Sanji feeds him because that's how good Sanji of a person is. He feeds anybody that needs food. Right. that's a great character development. He's very good at character. So that shows you between Luffy and him. Conversation happens, and then the Master of Sword. Between this fight between this guy and blah blah blah, this guy appears, blah 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 blah. Who gives a shit? Then the Master of Swordsman comes in. Hot guy appears. The Master of Swords, the strongest swordsman of the world. The one Zoro wants to become the Master of Swords, the strongest swordsman. So you get to be Zoro challenging hot guy. At this point, there. Now hot guy versus Zoro. Awesome fight. Zoro, all hot guy uses this little dagger and wins the fight. Destroys his 2 knives. Zoro tries. Expect to use his 3 sword style and destroys all swords, and then he uses his big sword and almost kills him. That becomes a plotline for post-war. So yeah, that will come back very soon. Not very soon. Just point to videos. So that happens. Luke finds out Nami has took their boat and took their money to go to somewhere to set up business. And that's the next arc. So after all that stuff, Sanji's like, I don't want to join your crew. And Zek, the guy that he sacrificed himself, sacrificed his leg and thing to save Sanji, because he wanted to get to the East Blue, but he decided to quit. So they kick him out. He says thank you, and then all the main characters all go to Orlong, the Orlong arc. So it's Nami trying to beg. Reveals why Nami is a navigator that the only reason why he joined Orlong is because her town was destroyed by Orlong. Yeah, another marine that is be one of the overlords of the sea. Orlong, a fishman. The reference is a character. Then reference is a character that we'll meet again in a long time. Jembe. That's why I didn't even realise who Jembe was until now. Yeah, so reference to Jembe. That we find out later about that backstory. He used to be a member of one of the Pirates of the Sea. Orlong is a warlord, and there is 2 warlords now. No, he's not. Maybe the warlord still not. What do I remember now? At the time, he's a warlord. At this point, he's a time warlord. There was no warlord that's called Jembe. That will meet a lot later. Like episode 8. No, over 10. So we'll meet Jembe at one point a long time away. So Orlong no has a time thing. All the main characters all the members get met. It shows you all their jokes of how long you've known these characters. The characters, you know how they're going to react to things, how they're going to do things. Usopp sees the destroyed town and says, meets Orlong reveals his truth. Nami appears. Usopp tries to help him, but looks like it's stabbed. Usopp also falls to the floor. The entire thing between Nami Zoro tries also things. And then they meet. Nami telling everyone that she's a member of. She tricked them and she's a member of Orlong's crew. The entire thing between Luffy telling him he won't leave. That is just showing how Luffy is the best character ever anime history. He knows that she's lying to him. That just shows how good Luffy as a character is. And then we meet Nami's stepsister. That is not her actual sister. She's just adopted. They were both live in the show. Live in the show more than the animated. So that stuff between is not Orlong is a bad. Orlong took over this town, and Nami only joined because she had to get this much berries to buy off the town and buy off Orlong. Tricked out Orlong to make maps. She can draw big maps. That's why she loves navigating. She can draw maps. Tell her to torture Nami as a kid. Of killing her mother, now she has to join her crew. his crew to save their town. Because the town doesn't know that, the town are angry at him, angry at her, thinking that she's a betrayer. And all that stuff happens. Not the Marines come back, the corrupt Marines. Take Nami's sitting there destroyed like this. Nami tries to tell the town that don't do anything and they're trying to do something. So now Nami, now one of the most dramatic, now the most dramatic scene in the anime. Nami says, Luffy, help me. I will. Then it shows not Luffy walking to Luffy and the entire crew waiting for him, and see them four walking in one line to get fight Oolong. So I guess the entire fight between all the crew members versus members of the Oolong team crew. Zoro gets his fight with one sword. Sanji fights another one. Usopp fights his cowardly. This is one reason why I don't like Usopp. He's a coward. I don't care. He's at this point. At this moment, he's handleable. I like him as he's funny. He's comedy, but his cowardly becomes later. It becomes a bit too much. When I watched this one, I was like, oh yeah, he develops. He shows him his new weapon. Sorry, Brigade. That's the only weapon he gets for like ages until the time jump. He's also a character that is only there just to drag other fights. That's what he becomes later. Somebody that just drags in the fights. That's what he does in Alabasta, that's what he does in Skyprint, that's what he does in other things. He's good at Water 7. That's when he's actually good. That's about that when we get to that one. He's really good after that. He's just really bad at this point. He's obviously just really just... Normally he's fine of her being weak, but she has her own things. Her own things that make her actually good. Usopp just... is there as a drag of the pot line, that's it. That's my opinion on Usopp. I don't like Usopp at this point. I like him, but he just becomes a bit too much. So... all the fights between them versus him, the most dramatic fights, shows Oolong's versus Luffy fight, one of the most dramatic. Oolong literally destroying the entire Oolong, Luffy fighting for in the entire town, showing Oolong's power and Oolong's strength as well as he's destroying Luffy in the fight. Then Luffy uses his new weapon, the gargantuan hammer. That just crashes Oolong through the ground, defeats Oolong. So that happens when Luffy defeats Oolong. Sanji decides to join the crew. As he always joins the crew before he joins the crew. He does the same thing that Luffy does. Names their attacks. Because that's what good people do. They name their attacks. So yeah, that's the joke on One Piece. Because the joke is most anime name their attacks and they don't explain it, but One Piece references it. One Piece is like the first anime that actually referenced the idea of everyone kept naming their attacks in most animes. And Nami decides to join the crew, sets down, everyone's defeats Oolong. I don't think Oolong ever returns after this point. I don't remember. Only in flashback in that arc. So yeah, Luffy decides to leave the crew. Every member of the crew goes to. They start leaving before they get to the Grand Line. Everyone puts their foot on the thing. Reference it. Looks very anime. It looks very shit. But in the live action, it's really cool. So yeah, everyone looks thinking, I want to be the king of the pirates. I want to be the greatest. I want to navigate the entire world. I want to be the greatest swordsman. I want to be the story warrior. The ending this video of the explainer. So that's the explainer on the first 4 episodes. The arc steps when the entire thing until all on to it. There is Longtown, but I decided not to add this in this video because the video's 40 minutes long. So that's enough. I can add that to the next video. The other videos are going to be longer. So that's a great 40-minute video, more longer video. So my opinion on One Piece. This is more than me explaining of my opinion of the live action, because most of my memories are from the live action One Piece. Other ones are going to be from the actual anime, because my opinion of, I just don't remember most things happen in the anime, because I've already watched live action, so just my opinion on my opinion is more than live action over the anime. But yeah, all of the arc is, the arcs are brilliant, all the arcs are really good. This is the end of the East Blue arc saga, because it's just how I opinion them on, as they are. So, you know, this is the first episode of my One Piece series review. I hope you guys are excited for the next ones that come. So yeah, the next videos are, the next video is titled Grand Line, Up to the Grand Line, that it'll appear to Drum Island. Because I'm specifically basing the first 3 episodes on the live action anime, One Piece. I'm doing the first 3 episodes, and I'll do a 4th episode of Skyprint. 5th episode is that arc, and then War 7. Then 6 episodes post. Multiple episodes will just come in order of episodes. Twice a month. That's scheduled, twice a month. We might get 3. I think there's only Dragon Ball. I'll talk to Ben about that. So yeah, I think he said that 2028. Yeah, that's a future thing. So I hope you guys decided for what's to come in the next videos, One Piece videos. That's twice a month, so the next one will be the end of February. End of May, or early March, there I remember. So 2 videos of One Piece a month. So I hope you guys are excited for the next episodes, what's to come. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.